Welcome back, you beautiful people. It is May 2022, so naturally we're taking a look back at what happened in April 2022 in real estate in Ottawa. As always, if you are liking what you are seeing, feel free to like, share it with a friend, or subscribe. And of course, I am a professional real estate broker, so if you would like to schedule a private consultation to talk about all this stuff, confidentially, feel free to click the link below and you can schedule a direct appointment with me in my Calendly link down there. But without further ado, let's just jump right into it. In April 2002, you can see we sold 21% less homes than we sold in 2021. But the average price has gone up by 10.2%. So there's a bit of a story to start to tell here. The number of sales is lower, but then the other question that we start to talk about is, well, what's the inventory like? Well, we've got less sales and more inventory. Now, this is compared to last year, which, the numbers were strikingly different. And you can see here the number of units available for sale at the end of April is 1697. On the inventory side, we've got 27 days of inventory. Last month, we had half a month of inventory. Now we're trending towards a month of inventory. So the sales are down and the inventory is up. Year to date combined, we are sitting at 11% less properties sold than in 2021. Again, that's an indicator of demand being lower, but the price is still increasing at 12.8% year to date here. So we are in a bit of a confused market. That is exactly what's going on. There's a whole bunch of stuff happening. There's a war going on. People have COVID. People have entire families are being taken out by this gastro bug that happened during the month of April. Interest rates are going up. Inflation rates are going up. There's a lot of market confusion that's happening. It's an election year. An election is coming up, so everybody seems to naturally put on the brakes when that happens. So whether you're positioning your house for sale or whether you're buying a home, there's tens of thousands of dollars in swing in either direction. If you hire a great agent, or if you hire a mediocre agent, or if you try to do it alone, there's a lot of value in having a great agent on your team in this current market because it is so volatile. So in the month of April itself, not to sound too sales pitchy, in the month of April itself, we sold 23.4% less homes than we did in the month of April in 2021. But again, the average price has gone up by 11.6%. The inventory, again, we've got more inventory on the residential side than we saw in 2021. So again, less sales, more inventory. It leads me to believe that, hey, things are, it's not a bubble that's bursting. It's a little bit of froth that's come off the market. And so what we're seeing is, places are sitting around a little bit longer on the market. And, the agents who are used to simply putting a house on the market, giving it for 5 days and allowing multiple bids to come in, that strategy doesn't always work anymore. So things are changing, things are in flux. Year to date on the residential side, we've sold 11.2 less properties, but again, the average price is up by 13%. So the notes here on the residential side, surprisingly, and this is really interesting, and the same thing happened last year actually, the average price of residential property is down by $24,000 from March this year. It's a 3% reduction month over month. An interesting trend that might show that we've hit the peak of the market earlier this year in February and March this year. So the demand might be a little bit slower and inventory is still low, but seasonally adjusted. But inventory is still low. I mean, if we compare it to how low it was in the past, it's a different thing. It seems higher compared to that, but when you compare it to 7 years ago when we were talking about 10,000 properties for sale, we're not going to hit that anytime soon, which is what we need to get close to so we can get to a balanced market. It still is a very strong seller's market, even though the numbers aren't as astounding as they were in 2021. So for 2022, in the condo world, you can see here we sold 470 condos, which is a decrease of 13.1%. So we're going to sell less homes this year is what it comes down to. Less homes, less condos, overall less sales, but the average price will still go up. It won't go up at 20%, which is essentially the sort of thing that I was referencing when I did the El Predicto at the beginning of the year. So if you want, check out the link below to see what I predicted would happen this year, and we're right on track for that happening. You can see, again, on the inventory side, we've got a little bit less. I was expecting the condos to do better this year than the residential, and again, having low inventory is one thing that continues to drive up prices. So we've got less condos for sale, and we've got less sales happening. So still sticking at about 25 days of inventory on the condo market. Again, we will be in a seller's market until we get to approximately 4 to 6 months worth of inventory. We still have less than a month worth of inventory. So it still is a seller's market, just not as frothy as a seller's market as it was before. So as always, if you'd like to talk about how all of this applies to you or what's going on specifically in your neighborhood and what that means if you're thinking about buying or selling or investing or selling an investment property, anything like that, please, there's a link below, a Calendly link that you can schedule an appointment with me for. As always, we'd be happy to help. You can call as well. There's a 1-888-REAL-585 is the phone number. And if you have any questions, my team and I would be more than happy to help. Until then, keep it real, collective.